Yeah, I've been making art since I was little. My family's very creative. I feel very blessed that they've always supported me creatively, and it kind of runs in the family. My dad was a photographer in the 60s for rock bands and
Oh, really?
and jazz bands. So he did really famous photographs of the Grateful Dead and Bob Marley and Led Zeppelin and just like anything you can imagine.
Did he take this? I mean,
not Tool. That's a little later.
well, no, well, so this is the Dead with a Tool shirt on.
Oh.
Shout out Supercilious who made this. But I love both those bands, so I was like,
Yeah,
really...
I'm not sure. He has so many hundreds of thousands of photos. I haven't even seen them all. So, but
Nice.
I'll just drop his website, Music Images.
Musicimages.com?
Yeah.
Nice.
So, also my mom, as she retired, she started quilting, and she's like painting with fabric basically now. Like, my cousin is a musician, and so there's a lot of art in the family. But I think, my dad's old career was a huge influence on me.
Sure.
And I feel like I kind of maybe followed his footsteps a bit, going into the festival world later as an artist, not a photographer, but kind of like, I grew up with the Grateful Dead. I'm not a Deadhead, sorry. But I grew up with it, and it was my first concert when I was 6 years old. And so that whole vibe and family is just like infused in my blood,
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I've been drawing and making art since I was little. One of the first things that inspired me was horses. I was obsessed with horses, any kind, horses, Pegasus, unicorns, merry-go-rounds, all of it. And, I lived in a suburban neighborhood, so I couldn't have one. I drew them, and I taught myself how to draw basically because of that,
Nice.
Yeah, and then later, my dad had a music archive. Like, he was really into trading bootleg concert tapes, and and he collected this whole archive of so many shows, and he had a whole library in San Francisco. And I would go there and hang out while he did his thing, and he had this collection of gig posters there, and the one I remember the most was a Jefferson Airplane one, and it was just so cool to me. Like, just the way it was designed, and so I just deep dived into the gig poster movement of the 60s, like Wes Wilson and Lee Conklin and Stanley Mouse and all that. And that was probably my first, I guess, exposure to psychedelic art.
Nice. Would you count that as like an influence as well?
Definitely. Huge. Yeah, that and tattoos. I've always been into tattoos. I don't have any, but